Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another one. And this is a video that I really just did not want to make, but it's a video that we're going to have to make. And the reason for this is very, very simple. Captain Cabinets over here is a content creator that I used to be good friends with. Some could even say great friends with. And the end result of this friendship is that she's decided to go ahead and use the last 4 days of her content. She's actually live right now. The only focus of her content across the last 4 days has been farming my haters. It is extremely evident from all of the interactions she's been having in her chat. The fact that she has obviously, right, basically doubled her CCV over the past 4 days, also doubled the amount of time she's streaming too. You can see over here, she streams about 5 hours from the 2nd to the 3rd. From the 3rd to the 4th, the 4th is the first day she starts farming me for 8 hours. Well, you see that it went up by 8 hours. And this is the thing, right? When it comes to Cap, she's somebody that tends to get a little bit obsessive. She's somebody that tends to really like focus on things. And the object of focus is me. And this is why I'm pulling up her kick channel over here. So you can just see how many times, well, it's happened. So why don't we go ahead? Why don't we take a look at this 8-hour, 30-minute stream over here? That's me over there. That's me again. That's a bingo board made about me. And then as you can see, right, just me for a full 8 hours. A full 8 hours of just me.
Its own action.
Then, let's jump over to this one. This stream is like split into a couple of parts, right? This is mainly her story playthrough. But what you'll notice is that after her story playthrough, what does she do? After her story playthrough. It's right back to me. It is the second she's like done with the story, guys. It's right back to me. And that's all it's been. And you'll notice over here, she keeps going back to this same clip. And what I want to do for you today is break down the reason for why she has about 30 hours worth of content on me on her streams over the past 4 days. Let's talk about it. All right, so the clip that we're going to be pulling up over here, here's just an actual, just straight recording of it. You can see this is like her 3.1 prep stream, all of that, blah, blah, blah. It's about 26 minutes in. This is an 8-hour, 30-minute stream. You can see it over here. It's a full-on 8-hour, 30-minute stream. This is the clip that serves as the ammunition for this stream and has served as the ammunition for every single one of her streams afterwards. Let's listen to this one. And so once again, right, I've already seen plenty of other chatters in other CC's chats who are again supporting this. So notice what you see on the screen over here. That is a thumbnail with me photoshopped over Jelaine Maxwell, a child sexual predator. And what I am saying is that clearly this person is trying to say, or sorry, they're not trying to say, they are saying I'm in the Epstein files. So they're saying that I'm a predator, right? And I'm saying that anyone supporting this guy, because of the content he's making about me, which is obviously fictitious and full of lies, right? I see a chatter in Cap's Twitch channel who is on CJ's Discord asking to mass report my channel. The chatter is asking to mass report my channel because I said, guys, this is harassment. If you think it's harassment, can you report this as well? And do you want to know the best part about this entire thing? People have gone with this narrative that I'm asking for fictitious reports, that I'm breaking TOS, that I'm doing all of these things, right? When I ask for people, hey, if you think this is harassment, can you report it? Do you want to know what the funniest thing about this entire situation is? YouTube told me to do the exact same thing. They literally said on this post over here where I show all the thumbnails that he's made about me. Looking into this strike, we'll let you know as soon as we find out more. Mind reporting the channel in the official reporting tool. And they say this publicly. They say this publicly, telling everybody looking at this post, all 30.9K views on it. They're telling everyone that viewed this to go report the channel as well. Because you want to know what they would do if I was supposed to be doing it privately? They would have just sent me a DM. And they did. They sent me a DM about other stuff, but not about this. They made this one public on purpose. So that's the situation over here when it comes to my stance on this. Even YouTube thinks it's reportable, and YouTube thinks it's something that shouldn't be on the platform. Like I've said before, I see a couple of them here. I think May S. Moon is one of them. And I just said, hey, if you don't cross-ban that person immediately, I know they're VIP'd in a bunch of places. If you don't cross-ban this May S. Moon person right now, we're gonna have problems. So I'm saying, hey, you have a chatter that's VIP that's openly supporting a guy that is, and asking to mass report my channel, right? They're openly supporting a guy who's photoshopping me onto child sexual predators and is asking to mass report my channel. That is what I asked her to do. Just letting you all know. So you guys have like 24 hours to do that. We're not DMing. We're not having a talk about it. You're just banning them or we're moving on. And you want to know why I thought it was such a non-negotiable? You want to know why I thought this was going to be such a easy situation for anybody to deal with? Especially Cap in this circumstance? Let me show you exactly why I thought Cap was going to have a strong opinion on this. I've spent my morning being horrifically upset and angry at what's been uncovered in these Epstein files. Please, I implore anyone with any amount of influence to speak up on this. This goes beyond politics. This is real life. Those in power will not give justice to themselves. The average working person needs to demand it. So, I viewed that tweet, right? The reality is she was just virtue signaling. This is evidence that she was virtue signaling. It is the most clear and cut and just obvious virtue signal I've ever seen. How in God's name does she take this stance that because of my demand over here, that, hey, because I'm being photoshopped onto Ghislaine Maxwell, a child sexual predator, could you ban the chatter that's supporting the CC doing that and is also asking to mass report my channel at the same time? I asked her to do that. Based off of this, I thought it wasn't going to be a big deal. She says I'm threatening her. Yeah, because I don't want to deal with CCs who are going to have snakes that are supporting guys who make videos like this about me. I'm not going to be associating with CCs who have that in their chat. So yeah, I think that's fair. Basically, I don't think that's an unreasonable ask from my end. You have a CC who's out here photoshopping my face onto child sexual predators, brother, man. What is wrong with me saying, hey, if you have chatters that support that too, can you get rid of them? Because guys, remember, Cap was at this time supposed to be my friend. She was supposed to be my friend, but she'll rather virtue signal over defending ZZZ's skin. She would rather virtue signal and talk about the Epstein files to defend the new ZZZ skin over defending me. I get photoshopped onto Ghislaine Maxwell, and she'd rather use the Epstein files as a way to defend this. Do you see why I didn't want to make this video? But do you see why I have to? Because she just keeps streaming about me, bro. She doesn't stop. Like, again, I'm telling you, it's been 8 hours, 4 days in a row. This was probably going to be 8 hours too, and that would make it 4. And it's all based off of this because she's saying I threatened her, that I'm telling her to comply, that I'm trying to force my will upon her because I made the request that the person that photoshopped my face onto a child sexual predator, that a chatter that they have that supports this guy just gets removed after they're openly asking to report my channel. Guys, that is what I asked. And based off of her track record, right? I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but it turned into one. Let's hear this. Not banning that person is approval of this. That's where we're going to go from there. That's just it.
That's the context, by the way.
What are you gonna...
And the reason for bringing Maze up is because I went back because I was curious, and I checked what the reason was. Let me find it.
Yeah, she pulls it up here.
I went back to what Maze had said. Do you want to see how that came about?
Editor, feel free to cut this part out. She's just like talking.
I'm just providing context.
She's just talking so much.
Let's see what Maze actually said. That was bad. Chat.
Anyways, here we go. Here's the message. May S. Moon sees a thumbnail where I'm photoshopped onto Ghislaine Maxwell and joins CJ's server. Or sorry, May S. Moon was already on CJ's server. They don't have the new member tag. And in response to a video where I'm photoshopped onto Ghislaine Maxwell, a child sexual predator, May S. Moon's first initial response is to say, so should we go report Saint's channel? This is right after this video gets made. This is the day this video gets made. That chatter, the first thing they want to do is mass report my channel. And guess what? It worked because I have a strike now. right? It worked because I got a malicious, fake, fictitious strike on my channel. My GG video is not there anymore. That's why I have this video over here talking about the strike. So all of these things are verified to have happened. They're verified to be true. They're verified to be, yes, Cap, this chatter that I asked you to ban is one of the ones that mass reported me. And me asking for that to happen, and then, let's just say this. I felt very betrayed in this moment, right? I felt very, very, very betrayed in this moment. And one of the biggest reasons for why I actually felt betrayed was the fact that Skull CJ, the guy who made this thumbnail, guys, and has been making all these videos about me, was in Cap's chat this whole stream. And the only time he got banned was after I had to explicitly ask her, after she called me autistic and retarded about 30 times. I had to ask her to ban him. I had to ask her to ban him. And you want to know where the proof is? I'll show you. Because she doesn't like talking about this part. She doesn't like talking about this part. Yep. Let's see. Let's see it here. Okay. Okay. Sorry. The word ban comes up a lot. The word ban comes up a lot here. A lot.
Is asking ban CJ that crazy of a demand, though? Alright, here's the thing, bro.
Is asking to ban CJ that crazy of a demand, though? Here's the thing. Actually, it's a lot more complex than that. But I spent my morning being horrifically fucking upset and angry at what's been uncovered in these Epstein files. So once again, she'll use the Epstein files to defend this in ZZZ, right? This guy does this with the Epstein files to one of her supposed friends. And when asked why she didn't ban Skull CJ sooner.
Here's the thing. Here's my thinking behind all this. What I'm talking about is, like, very clearly just, like, a very complicated, like, fucking situation where everyone is fucking saying shit, right? Everyone's saying shit. It's an unusual fucking situation. Tomorrow, 90% of people...
Guys, remember, she's the one doing 8-hour streams. She's the one that's done 4 consecutive 8-hour streams on this clip and on this situation. Guys, is this not the biggest hypocrisy, virtue signaling trash you've ever seen? I'm just being genuinely honest with you. I don't see how somebody, like, gets up here and makes these public statements about how horrific these files and the contents of them are, use it to defend ZZZ's Suna maid skin of all goddamn things, and then she sees a CC doing this to one of her friends. Sorry, I was supposed to be her friend, but I guess I'm not enough of a friend for her to think this is, bannable in her chat. I guess I wasn't good enough of a friend for that. And so she's decided to take this entire situation, right, and turn it on me because I'm trying to tell her to comply. I'm telling her to meet my demands. I'm telling her everything she needs to do, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you see why I'm just a little bit... I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in this situation. Let me just say that. And I think that's the main take that I think most people have at this point.
People who are here will not be here fucking tomorrow, right?
Oh! Wait, let me see this over here. May S. Moon has been chatting in CJ's server since 08-2025 and was modded by CJ on 12-22. So May's S. Moon, the person that, again, that chatter, has been a mod in CJ's server since December, is openly seen asking to mass report my channel, is a VIP in Cap's chat. And so when Skull CJ, who May S. Moon is modding for, said those statements, right, after this video, clearly there's a level of approval going on, right? Well, I asked her to ban the guy, and, well, she decided to do this to me instead. And she's still doing it to me now. She's live on Kick as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, that's what's happening right now. It's crazy, right? It's crazy what happens when you can dispel 32 hours of misinfo across 4 whole days and 4 streams. I think this recording is 17 minutes long. Yeah, I think this recording is like 17 minutes long. Yeah, it's been completely dismantled, hasn't it? Oh, it's not looking good, right? And this is the thing. I told her to stop streaming after the first day. I told her to stop streaming after 4 hours on day 1. She decided to extend that to 8 and then just keep doing 8-hour streams afterwards, making this worse and worse. I didn't want to respond publicly. I wanted to let this go under the rug. That's why I waited until day 4 to finally decide if I was going to make a video or not. Because I was going to let her have 24 hours of shitting on me for free. I was going to let her have 24 hours of shitting on me for content, for views, and all of that for free. But then she went for 4. I'm not Jin, dumbass. So, clearly, we've talked a lot about how she's, like, going ahead and she's, you know, it's pretty clear from what she's saying over here. She's trying to perform the mental gymnastics to explain why she didn't ban Skull CJ.
If I leave CJ in my fucking chat, it's a problem because I'm not banning him, right?
Yeah.
I'm not banning him or dealing with like a problem.
Now here we go. If I ban him.
If I ban him, it's used as like, oh, so like now you have to ban him. Now you have to ban him, right? Okay, now you did it. It takes you this long, and the conversation.
The same person virtue signaling, right? The same person virtue signaling over the Epstein files and saying how horrific they are. Bro, this is what I mean. What are you even saying?
Conversation goes from like
what are you even saying?
The action, because he only like it, that me then banning him just gets used as like, oh, so this is, it took you all this to ban it, and then it pins it on me again, right?
Because look at her scrambling over her words to explain how or why she didn't have like the reasoning to ban him. Bro, she's just out here desperately. She's defending the goddamn ZZZ skin using Epstein. She'll do this, but she won't ban the guy that's photoshopping me onto child sexual predators. She's doing all of that, but she won't ban the guy photoshopping me onto child sexual predators, bro. And it's unfortunate, right? Because it's very clear what's going on. And I have the logs to prove everything. Cap is deciding that this is like a new period of growth for her. She feels very justified in the things that she's doing because she thinks she's right. She thinks that her public statements regarding Epstein don't matter at all. They shouldn't influence her decision making. She thinks that May S. Moon is not a supporter of Skull CJ and his actions, despite the fact she's been modded for 2 months. I mean, I don't even need to say anything else about that, right? She keeps having this delusion that she's in the right for some reason, and that's why she keeps doing these streams. But the reality is, I think it's really just kind of like, this is the most growth she's ever experienced in her life. Not on YouTube, obviously, right? But this is the most growth she's ever experienced in your life. You're going from, in January of this year, 155 viewers, and you're quadrupling that. You want that growth. Why do you think she's doing 4 streams in a row? Why do you think she's fighting for the loosest justification possible to explain why she's not banning people and why she's still streaming for 8 hours a day? It's ridiculous. The mental gymnastics are absurd, and they don't really make that much sense. And you can even see right now, right? You can even see right now on Twitch. I think she's at like 1,000 viewers because naturally, right? What she's doing is she's talking about me. Look, she's found the code. And the truth regarding this matter is, it's all based off of the most absurd logic you've ever seen. I've already proven it. But this is the community that she's built now. This is the community that she sold me out for. And it's so evident when you look at who's actually in her chat and who's typing all of these messages. Let's just go ahead and let's take a look. What I'm trying to show you is this. Cap is clearly fostering and using her chat as a location for all of my haters to gather. And you'll see for the massive number of messages that are like showing up in her chat from literally all of my haters. And so basically, we're just going to show the logs, show the content they're making, and of course, see the type of actual environment that's being made right now. It's not really going to be looking that great, is it? All right, here we go, guys. Here are some of the logs from Cap's chat since she started this whole sort of like drama farming arc that we got going on right now, right? We got May S. Moon having a good old time in here. That's obviously, right, the mod that we've confirmed is a big supporter of CJ and is a big supporter of me getting photoshopped onto sexual predators. That is pretty much factually confirmed at this point. Now we got Pixel Tree, right? Pixel Tree is going to come in with some amazing commentary over here. Let's see what Pixel Tree has been making on YouTube recently. Y'all ready? Let's see what Pixel Tree has been making recently. One, two, three. 3 out of the 4 recent uploads. Saint hate videos. Oh, but he's growing though. He's growing. And you'll notice, right? Everything else on the channel, 3.3 to 500. Ooh, killer, right? We go to Saint, 8, 5, 6, 7.1. 7.1. I think there's an appropriate meme over here that we can use when we're ever, you know, sort of like covering these situations, right? There's a very, very, very appropriate meme we can use. I think the creator of this one might be like John Seaman or something. I'm not super sure. Let me look over here. Here we go. Washed up Hoyo CCs when their YouTube channel isn't doing well, so they need some quick cash. Who cares about the content that's going on in the new Wuthering Waves patch? The new Saint patch just dropped. It's the Captain Cabinets update. And what Cap is going to do is spread the most misinformation you've ever seen, perform the craziest mental gymnastics you've ever seen to defend why she didn't ban somebody who was photoshopping her friend's, supposed friend's, face onto child sexual predators. And that is how this entire drama is being sustained and how it's moving on. Yeah, it's garbage. This is the basis of it. This is the basis of her last 4 days of stream. Absolute garbage. Anyways, that's just one creator, right? We got Pixel Tree over here. Let's keep moving. Now we got Ryuku Sensei. This guy has been hiding the streams he's been doing. Ryuku Sensei has literally been doing multiple streams about me on Twitch. Making like notifications. You can see it right here. He deleted this one from his YouTube. And you see this dude just chumming it up. Because guess what, guys? It's the Saint season. It's the Saint season. Remember that, brother. Now we got our next one. Get ready for this. Who we got? Selkie YT. So Selkie's the guy who is known in the space for literally stabbing me in the back for no reason. That is his reputation in the space. And how crazy is it that he shows up in Cap's chat while this is all going on? He's literally known as the guy who cried over gacha game takes. He cried on a call about Wuthering Waves power creep. And he shows up. He cried about Zodi calculations for Maggie, of all people. The person who literally said Kuro Games ruined their career, but then they were exposed for leaking. And that's why their partnership was over. But she blamed Kuro for all of it when Maggie was leaking. You want to know the proof of that? Get ready, boys. Kuro Games just ruined her career. Yeah, we got good old Techless back at it again. Brother. And this is where he's reacted to the video where Maggie, right, says she's got suspended for the Wuthering Waves CC program. Her original title was Kuro Games ruined my career. Guys, so we got Selkie, Snakey out in here, coming in for the assist because it's the Saint season. And remember, guys, who do you see? Guys, I can't ban him. I can't ban him. Chat, I can't ban Skull CJ, even though he photoshopped my supposed friend's face over a sexual predator. After sorry, not that one. Gonna virtue signal about the Epstein files. Really virtue signal about the Epstein files. Once again, right? It is what it is. Now let's see who else we got over here. The Lavender Lady. Is it time for us to look at the Lavender logs, ladies and gentlemen? Is it time for us to look at the Lavender logs? Are y'all ready? This is all just in February, by the way. Yeah, right about here. Yeah, this is all in February, by the way. So this person chats a lot, right? As you can tell, that's a lot. That's a lot for 2 days. But what you're going to notice over here is that from these chats, this person hates me. I have never seen one chatter hate me so much before. And it becomes very obvious, right? It becomes very obvious, right? This line over here is the most ironic one. Guys, just because you hate Saint, that doesn't mean you'll say immoral shit here. Please behave. She says this line, right? Let me show you something a little bit interesting over here. Let me show you something a little bit cool. She talks big game about cleaning up the toxicity, right? These are all of her messages. How dare you do something Saint doesn't like? No wonder no one likes you, Saint. Saint just can't accept his wrongdoings. You were really never a friend, so good riddance. Having him as an enemy is still better than having him as a friend. Nah, Saint, you're the nuts one here. Yeah, he needs to hear that 1 billion times. Avoiding you're such a child. My respect for Cap just went nuclear. Proof, bitch? I don't understand why Saint hates Jeddah so much. Yeah, that's because you have several mental disabilities. Saint is the sole reason why everyone hates the woo-wah community. That's her mod. And one of the big things that Caps likes to focus on is how I apparently have the toxic community. Remember, May S. Moon, right? The guy that supports Skull CJ in these thumbnails is her VIP. This is her mod. She literally is building her community. Even before this situation, she was building it around my haters. She was literally proven to be building her community, modding and VIPing my haters. Proven ones. And that's what it's built on. That's what it has been built on this entire time. And now she sees, oh, why don't I just fully lean into the Saint hate? And isn't it kind of obvious from the fact that there's going to be so many people in here, right? You have Itoma, her literal lapdog. I don't think Itoma takes a shit without Cap's permission. That's my personal take on their relationship. He is so subservient. I have never seen someone more servant-like in my life. Genuinely. It's like he was born to just help people. And that's it. Let's see what Itoma has been up to. You wanna know why he's tweeting so much? You wanna know why he's tweeting so much? Bro couldn't even break 1K on Lakari. Just pack it up. You are fucking cooked if you could not break 1K with Lakari. This is like you basically being given every resource, every tool, every asset possible to be successful, and you still fail. And why do you think he's tweeting so much? And why is he tweeting so much about me? We need some relevancy somehow, right? Let's sacrifice our relationship and burn some bridges to get something at least, right? Now we got Arikado Zodan. So 3 of our last 5 uploads are on me. Wow. Who would have thought? Now we got Blazion. Apparently, I'm now the miskiff of the gacha space. And he's decided to use an AI-generated thumbnail, probably with the help of Fox Soul, to get it done. On the topic of Fox Soul is actually the #1 gifter in Cap's chat. Fox Soul is the #1 gifter currently in Cap's chat. Do you guys see what community she's building right now? Sorry, can we just focus on these Legions logs? His first message on her stream is, I could use a roommate. Just letting you guys know that's his first message on her stream. Guys, this is so cringe. This is so pathetic. And I hope you guys are seeing the actual truth behind this situation now. She has been brewing a community that has been almost built from the ground up to hate me. And she has a moderation team that hates me. She has VIPs that hate me. She is recruiting CCs. They're gifting her like crazy, and they all hate me. You want to know why? You want to know the truth about the matter? It's because they ate me. They hate me because they ate me. And that's just the truth of the matter. That's what it is. Because again, this entire arc she's on right now, guys, it's because of this clip. And we have dismantled all of the bullshit reasoning, the bullshit logic that she's used to defend why she's not banning people when she is on the record virtue signaling about how awful the Epstein files are, was literally using them to defend ZZZ's crazy, absurd, nasty skin, right? She'll do all of this, but she won't ban the guy or discipline her chatters, right? When there's scenes supporting this. And I'm the bad friend. So this is the thing, Cap. I hope you enjoy your increasing CCV. You've clearly found a new spot in the space. You're gonna be the breeding grounds, right? For Saint hate, I guess, from here on out. And so I think she might as well not even put in stuff like NTE beta or like HSR 4.0 or any of that, right? You know she's not going to do it because this is going to be another 8-hour stream, guys, of just me. And why? Because they hate me. And you want to know why? Because they ate me. It is what it is, but I'm ready to move on. And I think this video is the best way to do it. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.